Every dog has its day. Hello and welcome to English for Non-Dummies, where we help you improve your knowledge of the English language. This video is part of our series about English idioms, in which we choose a related set of common idioms and explain them for you. Today's theme is dogs. Have you ever heard people say, "It's raining cats and dogs," or "Every dog has its day"? These and many more idioms about dogs have been around in the English language for centuries, and they are often used in conversation to make speech livelier and more picturesque. In this video, we'll discover more about the meanings of 5 idioms related to dogs. Let's get started with the first of our idioms. Our first idiom is, "Let sleeping dogs lie." What do you think that could mean? The idiom, "let sleeping dogs lie," means that you shouldn't disturb a situation that's calm or settled. It suggests that sometimes it's better to leave things be, in order to avoid making trouble or cause a problem. Here are some examples to help you understand. Suppose, at work, you heard a malicious rumor about a co-worker that might not be true. Your colleague could say, "Let sleeping dogs lie." Telling others could create unnecessary tension and harm relationships. Or imagine you accidentally broke one of your brother's toys, but managed to repair it before he came home from playing football, and he didn't notice anything. As all seems fine, your mother might say, "You should let sleeping dogs lie." If you tell your brother now, it might upset him, even though the problem is already solved. Perhaps a long time ago, you made an embarrassing error. It's way in the past, and nobody remembers it. If you start talking about it now, it might make you and the others who were involved feel uncomfortable. If you wisely choose not to mention your old mistake, you are letting sleeping dogs lie. In essence, "let sleeping dogs lie" is a way of saying that sometimes leaving things alone is wiser than trying to fix something that is no longer a problem. Our next doggy idiom is, "His bark is worse than his bite." As you might have guessed, this describes a person who acts fiercer than they are in reality. Here are 2 examples. Think of a new teacher who speaks sternly and enforces a lot of rules at the start of the school year. You imagine that he's really tough. But as time passes, you realize he's kind and helpful. In this case, the teacher's bark is worse than his bite because he seems mean, but he's really a good guy. Now imagine a big dog whose first reaction when you approach it is to bark ferociously. But when you get closer, the dog rolls over onto its back and wants you to stroke its tummy. This dog's bark is worse than its bite because it appears to be aggressive, but in reality it just wants to be friends. So, when someone says, "Her bark is worse than her bite," they mean that even though a person looks or sounds tough, they are not as intimidating as they seem. And now it's time for the next idiom, which is, "It's raining cats and dogs." Dogs don't really fall from the clouds, but can you guess the phrase's true meaning? Imagine you're sitting in your home office in the attic, and you hear rain pounding loudly on the roof. You could call your partner and say, "Wow, it's raining cats and dogs out there." Or suppose you're walking home from the train station, when suddenly it starts to pour with rain, and you don't have an umbrella to hand. You could call a friend to come and fetch you in her car, saying, "I'm soaking wet, it's raining cats and dogs." So, when someone says, "It's raining cats and dogs," they mean it's raining very, very hard. Let's continue with the next idiom, which is, "Gone to the dogs." The phrase, "gone to the dogs," is used to describe a situation or place that was once good or successful but has become bad or unpleasant, or has deteriorated over time. For example, suppose there's a restaurant in your town that used to serve delicious food and had great customer service. But recently, the food quality has dropped, and the servers are overworked and no longer have time to be polite. If you visit the restaurant and have a bad experience, you could say, "This place has really gone to the dogs." Or think about a TV show that started off funny and interesting. People loved watching it because it made them laugh. However, after several seasons, the jokes became boring, and the stories didn't make sense. You might say, that show has gone to the dogs. It used to be so much better. Now consider a company that was once known for making top-quality products and had a great reputation. Over time, the company began making cheaper and poorly made products, and customers were no longer happy with what they bought. They complained that the company had gone to the dogs. So, when someone says something's gone to the dogs, they mean that in the past it was good, but now it's bad. And our fifth and final idiom for this video is, every dog has its day. This optimistic saying means that one day, everyone will have their own moment of glory, even if they've always struggled before. Your local soccer team typically loses all their matches. But one day, they win against really strong opponents. You could say, even though they usually fail, today was theirs. Every dog has its day. Or suppose there's a colleague of yours who works very hard at her job, but hasn't had a promotion in years. Then it's announced that she's been given a position with more responsibility and a higher salary. You could think, finally, her hard work has paid off. Every dog has its day. So, when someone says, every dog has its day, they mean that anyone, no matter how unlucky or unnoticed they've been, can eventually have a moment of success or good luck. Isn't that a lovely thought? And that's all we have time for today. It's nice to finish with a happy ending. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you know more dog-themed idioms, please write them in the comments section below. See you again soon. Thanks for watching. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe.